it's Brian here. Today, talking about the San Francisco 49ers. As always, looking forward to the draft and free agency right now. Needs in terms of positions. I've done this for the past couple of years now. You guys pretty much know the drill. A little bit different this year just due to the fact that we don't need as much as previous years. We don't draft as high as previous years as well. So this is going to be a very interesting way on how John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan approaches this whole offseason programs. I can't wait to see what happens. And it's going to be an interesting one. Want to see the 49ers do well in 2020 and you build another foundation. You want to make another Super Bowl 55. You have to have a good draft / good free agency period, if any. Let's get this video started. But before I do, please like and subscribe. That's going to help out a lot. Click that bell notification to get notified of future videos. Do all that cool stuff. Also have a new article about the offseason, just looking at an early preview for both the draft and free agency. Link in the description below. Link in the card section. Link in the comments below as well, so please check it out. That would be awesome. Thank you guys so much. Let's just get this video started. 49ers free agency / draft needs for 2020. Number 3, more depth at the defensive line. What I mean by this is that for me, when I'm watching the 49ers all year long, I'm pretty sure all you guys know about this, the run defense, it has been suffering for the second half of the year and a little bit in the playoffs. For the most part, they did a pretty good job. They stopped Dalvin Cook and the Minnesota Vikings. They stopped Aaron Jones for the most part, but in the Super Bowl, Damian Williams, he had his day against us in San Francisco. Also, look at the regular season. We have been really well against the run for the second half of the year. I think we were in the top 20 in terms of that. We were pretty good in the passing game, but in the rushing game, needs a little bit of work. For me personally, if you draft a defensive line or get somebody in free agency to stop the run, I think it's going to be very beneficial. You have some things going on for the 49ers. Ronald Blair's an independent free agent. They might re-sign him. I don't know yet, but just looking at it right now, stopping the run for the 49ers, that is the biggest priority in my opinion for the defense. If they can do that, they have everything else. They have the pass rush. They have the linebackers. They have the defensive backs. All they need to do is just be able to stop the run, and this defense can go back to dominance that it was very early in 2019. So that's a big one for me. Let's get to number 2. Number 2, definitely wide receiver, just because of the fact Emmanuel Sanders, he is an independent free agent. I don't know if they're going to re-sign him or not. I personally would for another year or two. I mean, he is getting up there in age a little bit, but he's still a really good wide receiver, a very good leader for the wide receiving core. And when we got him last year in 2019, before the game against the Carolina Panthers, he definitely flourished for us in San Francisco. He's a great dude, but at the same time, he is an independent free agent. I don't know if San Francisco is willing to pay him, but definitely for me personally, I would. Deebo Samuel been playing well. Pretty good as well for a rookie. Just more depth in the wide receiving core. That's really more of the theme of this whole NFL draft free agency period is depth. It's not really needs. Maybe number 1, I will talk about something that we might need in the future, but for right now, just looking at number 3, number 2, in terms of the defensive line, wide receivers just need some more depth, in my opinion. 49ers, they've been pretty well last year in 2019. They kind of flourished. Having Wes Welker as your wide receivers coach, that definitely helps out a lot. And we'll see where that takes us to. But for me personally, I would look for a little bit more depth in the wide receiver position just because Emmanuel Sanders is an impending free agent. If he signs with the 49ers, then you can disregard this number 2 slot. Number 1, the biggest need for free agency / draft for the 49ers in 2020, in my opinion, is definitely the defensive back position. I'm saying this just because of the fact we have a lot of changes potentially for this team. Jimmy Ward's an impending free agent. I don't know if they'll re-sign him yet. Richard Sherman, he's going to be a free agent next year. Also, he's getting up there in age. We should definitely find a successor to him if he does not come back in 2021. I think just looking at all the things for the defensive backs, I kind of like it so far, but at the same time, we could definitely use some shakeup. We could definitely use some changes for this whole thing. We'll see where that takes us to. Jimmy Ward, I am a fan of now for the past couple of years. I've been really hard on him. I'm pretty sure everyone in San Francisco has been hard on him. He had a really good year in 2019. If they do re-sign him, hopefully he has a great year with us in San Francisco. But if he goes somewhere else, if somebody offers him big money, then wish him the best of luck wherever. Sherman, a little bit concerning just because of the fact that playoffs, you look at Devontae Adams and Sammy Watkins, Packers and Chiefs respectively, did not look really good, to be honest with you. I mean, he did get a little oomped up by those 2 guys, speedy guys, and it's not looking good at all for Richard. Hopefully, it's just a one-off thing. It's nothing too crazy, but at the same time, I mean, he's not the biggest man-to-man corner. He's more of a zone guy. When he is in his zone, he is one of the best corners in the game. Love to have his leadership, love to have his playability, but is he getting up there in age? I don't know. We'll see what happens then, but he is about 31, 32 years old as of this video. Defensive back for me, just looking at the free agents, looking at the future for this team, if they want to draft one, a young guy, out of the draft this year, then definitely they should go for one, or in free agency if there's any top cornerbacks, which I have not looked at yet as of this video. That's it, guys. Pretty much looking at everything that we need. Not too much, to be honest with you. I love this team right now. Everyone, assuming that they stay as much as possible, I love where this team is going with Jimmy Garoppolo. You guys have a lot of critics with him. The running backs, George Kittle, the wide receiving core for the most part, the defense for the most part is going to be intact. Really, if they just add some more pieces to the defensive line, if they just add maybe another wide receiver in case Emmanuel Sanders leaves, and look potentially to Richard Sherman's successor, a guy can play opposite to him potentially this year, then it's going to be a good year for the 49ers in 2020. Please let me know what you guys got for free agency / draft needs. I like to hear what you guys say in the comments below. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe. That definitely helps me a lot. I'll be catching you guys up probably tomorrow on a Thursday. I'll definitely see y'all then. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Go Niners all day. Hot boys.